Greetings, gamer guys and gals. I'm Zeake, welcoming you to the 17th part of my Let's Play Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Shall we continue? Chapter 16, The Atonement. What is this? Who are you? What have you done with Naysala? Oh, this is something everyone should see. There can be no doubt. I gaze upon the last living wonder of the Villainous royalty. Those golden locks, witness how they gather in the morning sun and multiply its brilliance. The gentle luster of those argent wings manifest proof of royalty, as sure as I am alive. Magnificent, absolutely magnificent, a true work of an art wrought in flesh and feather. All this beauty, mine, the fortune I paid the Raven King seems like a pittance compared to this treasure. What? Naysala sold me? To you? Oh, ho, 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 ho. You are exquisite, even in rage. Now, if you behave yourself, I'll grant you a life of luxury. Ow! My nose! My beautiful nose! Not so sure I could use that word. Bishop Oliver? You winged freak, you'll pay for that. No, you mustn't harm him. You mustn't ruffle a single feather of those gorgeous wings. My beauty, you mustn't be frightened. In time, you will come to see how kind and charitable a master I can be. This is madness. Ooh, so frightening. How delicious. But I fear that we must now be separated for a short while. Loyal servants, attend my words. You must not raise a hand to this one. Prepare his meals with care, and do not disturb his rest. I would not see his countenance marred by displeasure. Herons, you see, are such delicate things. And then, at the proper time, yes, the proper time, when will it be? I say to you, those haughty senators and their ilk have looked down their noses at me for the last time. I shall show them all. Ooh, but I must have a grand stage, one where none can fail to see me. The Villainous royals are creatures of legend, and when I arrive with one at my side, I can hardly wait to see Duke Gados's face. Naysala, you wretch! Curse your eyes! How dare you do this to me? Maynol Cathedral. We've been here a few times. I've brought him. Well done, Ike. I shall see that you are well rewarded. Where's your usual entourage? I see only 2 of your holy guard. Oh, there was some sort of disturbance. I think they're clearing away the rabble. But on to business. Is that one there the ringleader of the thieves? Why, he's nothing but a child. Has he offered up any kind of defense for his deplorable actions? We are no thieves. We are trying to flee the legues that these filthy aristocrats hold in captivity. What manner of absurd fairy tale is this? In the year Begnion 624, Apostle Miasaha, my honored grandmother, emancipated every last legu slave. In accordance with her law, today there is not a single slave to be found in all of the Begnion Empire. You lie. Countless noble houses even now keep legus as servants or entertainment, or worse. And the Senate, those vast windbags, grant tacit approval by doing nothing. That's enough. I told you to keep a cool head. But, Ike, why ever would you bring such an ill-mannered rogue to meet me? What is it you're planning? If anyone's planning something, it's you. Really? And what could you possibly mean by that? Your last mission showed us the slave trade, and now you've put us in contact with an underground emancipation group. From the very beginning, I found this whole arrangement a little odd. You have more vassals than you can use, yet you hire us for these missions? Your motivations have me puzzled. Oh, I see. And have you solved this puzzle of yours? You want to expose the depravity of the inner circles of power, but you don't want the general public to know that the majority of the Senate is involved in slavery. And to think I thought you were as untutored as a wild monkey. You're actually quite bright. I didn't figure it out all by myself. I have companions whom I trust with my life. They helped. Hey, hold it! What in the world are you talking about? Would someone like to explain this to me? The apostle is aware of the Legu's slavery. On top of that, it appears she intends to do something about this problem. Are you serious? I am. However, whether I succeed or fail depends largely on what you do next. So be it. I think it's time you told us about the next job you have lined up for us. I've received reports that Bishop Oliver, the Duke of Tanis, is up to something suspicious. Duke Tanis has a villa near the woods of Serenus. Go there and return with irrevocable proof of whatever he's doing. If you succeed in this, I promise to support your Princess Valencia with all the power at my command. We'll bring back whatever information it is you're looking for. Be ready for us. Ike, I'd like to report the results of our last battle. 2,500 extra gold? Ike was our MVP. That's actually kind of a bit surprising. I thought Mia would be. And we gained 3 new allies, 2 of which we are just now learning are our allies. There were no deaths and no injuries beyond our capabilities to heal. Everyone performed exceedingly well. That is all by your leave. I will excuse myself. All right, let's go to info. Ahem. Morum, little one. How was it? Were you treated roughly? Did they attempt to punish you? No, it was nothing. And the apostle, I thought she'd be some mean old hag, but she's just a kid, really. She's even shorter than I am. Little one, you must lower your voice and watch your tongue. What? Why? Rest easy, Morum. Everyone in this room is with me. The apostle has no ears here. That is good. Morum? Speaking ill of the apostle here is considered treasonous. Keep it up, and they'll kill you. Or threaten to. What? Little one, while we are here, please choose your words with more care than you have shown. I beg of you. All right. I understand. For Legus, you seem to know more about the court etiquette here than any fellow Bjork, Tormod. Bah. That's cause I don't know much about any of this stuff, that's all. It is no matter, little one. Ike, the reason I am familiar with the customs of the Begnion nobles is I myself was once a slave. What? Oh, no. For generations, my family served as slaves to one house. They were wealthy and powerful senators, all. As a child, I was raised never to question my station as a slave. From the day that I was born, the most grueling physical labor was as natural as breathing. I knew nothing else. To ensure we were liked by our masters, we were drilled in the etiquette of polite society until it became second nature. We were slaves. We did what we could to live as long as we could. The most important thing was not to incur the wrath of our masters. If we displeased them, we were punished. If we were lucky, we were beaten. If we were unlucky... Morum, that's enough. I am sorry, Lord Ike. If a former slave like myself is present, all of you will be judged, scorned, and looked down upon. I came here to ask if you would take care of something for me. I would have you take care of the little one. Why would you say such a thing? You were born a Legu's slave, and you're not allowed to be free. That's not right. That's why we promised each other we'd change all of that. We made a promise. Legus, like Bjork, would build homes and plant fields, and families would live together in peace and freedom. That's the world we dreamed of. That's a dream that belongs to us as former Legus slaves. We don't need the help of another Bjork like you. What? Little one. Does it really warrant that much concern? Huh? Since I first arrived here in Begnion, it's something that's been bothering me. If you're born into a noble house, you're a noble. If your parents are slaves, you're a slave. Do you think a person's worth is decided at the moment of their birth? I can't understand a country where that passes for normal. I just can't. Those don't sound like the words of someone working for Princess Crimea. Princesses are princesses because they are born into royal families, right? Are you going to deny that? No, you're right, Alencia. She is a princess. I don't think we've treated her with more respect than any other employer we've had, but... Funny. We've addressed her as princess the entire time, but I've never really considered what it meant. From where I stand, I think you've been blessed. You were born a Bjork and raised in a country with a lenient social structure. That's an enviable life. It's so hard. No matter how I try, I'll never fully understand your pain. But listen, I don't treat Alencia any differently after I learned of her heritage. I'm not going to think of you or treat you differently because you used to be a slave. It's not going to happen. You're you, and I'm free to think of it that way if I want, right? Yeah, like you're free to think of it any way you want, in fact. A lot of people don't get that. Moram, there's nothing anyone can do about our past, about the burdens you carry. And I know I don't know everything that's going on, but you shouldn't be trying to push Tormod away. He's dedicated to you, and being with you is his choice. It's part of his freedom. I see now. I will go and find him. If meeting those in the temple is uncomfortable, I can go and bring him back. What do you think? No, I can do it. I have a good nose. Tracking the young one sent while avoiding other Bjork is an easy task. I see. Ike, never mind. May our friendship be true and enduring. I share your sentiment. Our troop will have you for as long as you wish. And a 3-star conversation with Stefan. Let's see what this is about. What the? Who are you? How long have you been a member of my troop? I joined after the battle in the sands. My name is Stefan. I apologize for not introducing myself earlier. Why are you here? In part, it's because I'm curious, but mostly it's the guiding hand of fate that has led me to you. Huh? In the desert, I watched the dance of your sword. You have a unique style, but it is incomplete, filled with hesitation. You have recently lost your teacher, no? Luckily, your foundation is quite strong, which is why I can be of service. Your technique, how powerful will it be when perfected? I would like to know. Who are you? You can learn the dance of blades from me without knowing my history, can you not? What say you? Let your heart decide. This is a really cool little conversation here. You get to pick. Personally, I've never picked don't study because, I mean, study has benefit. Don't study doesn't have any benefit. It's just this conversation here. But when you study, you get something interesting out of this. I understand. If you can help me perfect my technique, I will gladly accept an invitation to learn from you. Then prepare yourself. Come, attack me with all your strength. And you get an occult scroll, which is pretty cool. We're going to be giving that to somebody very shortly here. Void and Mist finally have their support conversation. Hiya! Gaia! Hurrah! Phew! That's enough for today. I just don't feel into it. Maybe I'll take a quick nap. Done already, Boyd? Gaia! Hiya! Oh, Titania, I didn't see you there. I'm training so hard that... Huh? Tee! Who the... Mist? Oh, what a jerk! Hey, you're the one who tried to blow off training. If you keep ignoring your drills, I'm going to become a better mercenary than you. Better than me? Ha! Ha! Dream on it, kid. You've got some nerve saying that to me. Kid? You better remember who my father is. Fighting ability runs in the blood, you know. Aw, that's such a bunch of hooey. Survival on a battlefield depends on experience and luck, nothing more. If you dive into a battle with a conceited attitude, you'll end up dead, no matter what your blood is in your veins. Gee, sorry, Boyd. I was just joking. Hey, don't look so angry. This is no game. We don't fight for fun. Now get out of here. I mean it. You're in the way. Sorry. Missed. Wait. Heck. And we can get Mist and Titania to B rank. I'm sorry about the other day, Titania. I really did have a good time, even if I didn't look like it. Don't worry about it, Mist. You did look awfully serious the whole time, but that just proves to me how much you needed the time off. And I did enjoy seeing the town. I'd never seen anything quite like it. But I kept thinking about all the chores waiting here. You're far too considerate of others, Mist. You're always putting our needs before your own. You're so much like Elena in that regard. My mother? Yes, you and she are very much alike. But you know, Mist, you are still young. You do not need to take on all the burdens of adulthood so soon. I worry about you. Oh, stop. Titania, thank you. No, Mist, thank you. Alright, that's all we've got for the time being, when it comes to supports, that is. However, skills is a different story. We are going to be giving a pretty interesting one to Mist. Soul, in certain conditions, restores as many HP as the damage dealt to an enemy. Our healer can now heal herself, in certain conditions. It's not very reliable, but it is a pretty cool skill nonetheless. And we're going to be giving guard over here to Titania. Alright, so our bonus EXP here, I think would be very well used if we were to just boost up Mia a little bit. It would be nice to have a swords master for the rest of this game, you know, at this current time, especially. We could always take Stefan, but again, like I said, we're going with the Mia route. Class change. It's kind of funny because the Myrmidons in this game, all of the Myrmidons except for Mia look like Myrmidons, but Mia looks like a mercenary before she promotes. Pretty good. Alright, that's all the bonus EXP we're going to be using for the time being. Okie dokie. Let's see, we've got some items to unload here. Mist would absolutely love to use that physics staff. We're going to give it to her soon, though. I think we want to use up the ward first. I was considering possibly saving the ward for when Soren gets C rank, but I only need Soren to be at C rank, so I don't think that's really that impactful. So we'll go ahead and remove some of this stuff. We'll put a Steel Lance on him. Definitely taking the Vague Kati off you. And we can take the Legu's Stone off you, maybe like a Vulnerary or two. We'll still eventually use him for a chapter coming up. It's not very close, but it's soon enough. And then we finally got Moram and Tormod here, and Moram has a Demi Band. But first we're going to go ahead and talk about Makalov. Why I glossed over this unit is pretty obvious if you look at his stats as a level 10 Sword Knight this late in the game. I don't particularly think any of those are any good at all. And I would dare say that the only thing that Makalov is even that useful for in this game. I mean, you can make use out of any unit, and it's not like his stats are totally waste. If you were to early promote him now, he has high enough growths that he would become a decent paladin. However, giving him as much of the bonus experience points as possible, leveling him up as much as possible, he's basically going to guarantee max out his speed and skill, maybe even strength and defense, and they would be great for transfers over to Radiant Dawn. Because Makalov in Radiant Dawn is a pretty poor unit, in my opinion. Not unusable, just like he's not unusable here, but he's not that great. Tormod. The only character in this game that comes with the Celerity skill, increases movement by 2 spaces, which virtually means that if you were to give him the boots, you could have a 9-move mage, which would turn into a 10-move sage, which is pretty astonishing. I've actually done that a couple of times before when I've used Tormod. I think he's pretty good. I do think he's the best. I do think he's the best growth mage in the game. He's got the best balanced growths, and he's particularly better than Soren and Ileana if you're going to use a fire mage, because he comes at a higher level with fire than either one of them come with thunder or wind. In fact, my Soren only has a C in wind, and he's a sage promoted. He's pretty good and has pretty decent growths, and I've used him. In fact, I've used every sage in game. I've done whole runs where I've used nothing but magical units, and I've had wonderful success with him. He's a pretty great staff user too, because he's got great magic, and very useful. But personally, again, I don't have room for him in this game. I'm just not going to be using him. Morum here. Great unit. I think he's the best Legoos so far, but he still has the problems of the Legoos, which is why I'm not going to be using him. You can partially mitigate that with the Demiband, but as you see here, he gets a pretty large stat debuff by using the Demiband, which is kind of mitigated by the fact that he can always attack. He has 9 movement. He's great for that. He is actually the only other unit in the game who really benefits from the Smite skill, and I'm going to be giving him the Smite scroll that we get sooner or later for that purpose. His Demiband is not going to be useful on him because I'm not going to be using him. So let's go ahead and take that off. We do have a few things to sell, so let's go ahead and check that out. Now, if I wasn't using the Colossus skill on Boyd or the Berserker you get in this game, they're the only two who can use it, I would just be selling all the statue frags that I get because they're useless otherwise, in my opinion. We do have a Silver Blade here. I think we're going to honestly keep it because it's pretty decent damage-wise. Alright, I think that's about it for selling. But when it comes to items, we got to check out who exactly is going to be getting the boots. Now, I am a really big fan of Ike getting the boots because of certain reasons for the end game that just make a lot of sense. Mist is another good choice because having a 10-move mounted Kanto using healer is just a great idea. But I don't think we're going to necessarily do that for her. I do believe that we're going to go ahead and just immediately give the statue frag to Boyd and the boots to Ike. I really think it just boosts, the usefulness of your Lord character, giving them the movement options to have increased movement. Especially since you don't really need the boots in this game, to be honest, not even with Ike. None of the chapters in this game are so enormously large that it benefits to have it on any specific character, so much so that it just breaks the game. It's just not the case. I mean, there are some pretty cheeky things you can do with, like, flyers. And if they have, like, the savior skill, and then like you can lift up Ike and stuff like that. Like for instance, in chapter 10, we could have picked up Ike with a very well promoted and trained Marcia and flew all the way over to the arrive spot, got into the arrive spot without ever dropping him. So arrive chapters, that could be a cool idea, but it's not always necessary, nor is it always useful. Alright, I think that's everything. So let's go ahead and move on. Is this the place? Yes, it is. It's rather heavily guarded. Even so, I think a direct attack would be our best chance of gaining entrance. Halt! Who goes there? What are you doing? This villa is the property of Duke Tanis, Senator of the Empire. No trespassing. I am Ike of the Grail Mercenaries. Under orders from the Apostle, we've been charged with investigating the Duke. What? The Apostle sent you? Wait here a moment. Alright, brother. We'll sneak around out here and see what we can see. Good idea. Leave it to us. If we get stopped, we can talk our way out of it. Alright, Mist. Let's get going. Yeah. What is it I hear? That you lads claim to be here on the Apostle's business? We have a letter here that bears her seal. Well, I see it appears genuine. Very well. Am I in a position to ask what exactly I am suspected of doing? We are here by the Apostle's leave. Do you honestly intend to make us discuss this private matter outside? Oh, no, of course not. Never. I would never insult. But please, come inside. Oh? Slavery? Me? The Apostle would honestly accuse me of such an unfashionable thing as slave-holding? Ho. Do you claim no knowledge of such a thing? I've shown you every room of my mansion, every cranny. I've been most thorough, have I not? And you saw no trace, not a single sign, of any legues here, have you? That is true. This accusation is absolutely ridiculous. To think that I, a bishop who serves only the Apostle's will, would do anything to violate our country's Emancipation Act. Be certain that you tell the Apostle everything. Tell her that Duke Tanis is upright and clean-handed. There is not even a shadow of falsehood in my noble eyes. Look into them deeply, my boy, and tell me what you see. Well, Oh, hey, stop that. Back off. We have little choice, do we? I think it would be best if we left for the time being. Hey, halt, you can't go in there. Ah. Ike. Mist, what is it? Ike, I saw him. In a room on the top floor of this building, I saw someone. I think he was one of the bird tribe. He looked like he was trying to jump out a window, but he was forced away from it and back into the room. What? What is this? This child babbling about? Someone from the bird tribe? Can you describe him? He had long hair. It was sparkling like gold, and his skin, it was so pale, almost translucent. Oh, and his wings? They were pure white. Is that accurate, Titania? It is. I saw him as well. That can only mean there is a member of the Heron clan in this place. According to books, only members of the royal Heron family possess white wings. It appears that there is at least one room we have yet to see. What is it going to be, Duke Tanis? You can cooperate and show us the room that you somehow forgot, or... Guards! Kill them all! Don't let a single one escape! So this is how you want to play it, eh? I thought it might come to this. Mercenaries, it's time! Dukedom of Tanis. Devdon hears the sounds of battle. You dare to bring conflict into Bishop Oliver's home? My lance will make you pay for your impudence. You dare to bring conflict into Bishop Oliver's home? My lance will make you pay for your impudence. Alright, let's choose our units wisely. We will need another... Definitely will need another thief. We've got plenty of chests. This game is so absolutely treasure heavy in this part. It's lovely. Quite. Alright, so... Alright. I think that's good. Let's go ahead and begin. Ah, the movement coming into play. Alright, we want to be very careful about the weaponry we choose here. Alright, using up that ward. Just 5 more uses after this, and we will no longer have to worry about it. I'm not really sure. I believe you can buy wards at a later point in the game. So if you wanted, you definitely could. Yeah, I think we'll just put Titania up here. Alright, Marsha will kind of be like a straggler. We're going to have some reinforcement enemies from actually the spawn point, so she will probably have to take care of them herself. Not a bad use for her either. Nice crit. I'm not at all surprised that he didn't attack Soren, though. Even though he would have done much more damage, it is very likely that Soren was one-shotting him or close to it. Okay. And very close to the final level for Ike. At least until he promotes. Not too far away either. Nice miss. Still getting great use out of that sword. Yep, she needs to get up to C-rank swords. Probably going to happen pretty soon, to be honest. That was a great dodge there. Save us having to heal you up. Let's see. Oscar is in desperate need of EXP to get him to promotion. So we're going to go ahead and feed him quite a few KOs this chapter. Well, one thing we could do yeah, I'm thinking a good idea here. Yeah, he's got a hand axe, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of him, actually. I say that, and we actually don't have enough damage to. Well, we do with the Legu's Slayer. Basically, the rest of this game, Legu's slaying weapons are not as necessary as they were the last few chapters. Still useful, but... Shoving units, as you could probably tell, is such a good strategy. Alright, so what we could do here, if we wanted, we could finish that guy off with Titania, but I think we'll leave him be for the moment. And a mage attacking Ike, who is surprisingly, or unsurprisingly, if you know fixed mode at all, very resistant, so I'm not so sure he would have done much. And somebody actually attacking Soren. Impressive. You know what's funny about that, too, is that because he's wielding the Armor Slayer, you know, he's weighing himself down so much. He probably would have been doubled by any of my units. Even slow ones. And we can heal up Soren. Now, the only unit we have to heal with Soren is Boyd here. We'll go ahead and do that. All right. Yeah, doesn't look like there's any way. Nah. What we can do is we could chip him with... Yeah, this one drops Gamble, the Gamble skill, which is not very useful. And we cannot even chip him with our resident Volk here. How unfortunate. Ooh, a miss. Ah, at least the mage missed, too. Yep. Surround the mage, he'll attack one of them. Exactly. Not enough damage, my friend. Not enough. You're going to have to try a little bit harder than that. Just a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. If I had an Iron Lance, I probably would be able to double this guy, but I didn't buy one. Unfortunate. Yeah, it really doesn't matter that I'm taking damage with any of my units. It's quite useful, in fact. Marcia needs some experience points, and just like Oscar, we need to get her to promote soon. Pretty decent level up. Pretty decent. And we can finish off this fire mage right away. I do very much appreciate Mia's outfit and her promotion. It's very cool, I think. Alright, so one thing we could do is start warding up some of these people who are going to have to deal with the center. Intriguing. Alright, we finally got A rank staves. We're getting there. That right there is a perfect example of why you do not need. You just don't need thieves in this game. If you had enough chess keys and all that good googly moogly. Not enough damage, my friend. And defeated you have been. Would have been hilarious, but not so hilarious had he got a crit on Soren. Soren would have taken that defeat quite harshly. Ah, a chess key. I know just who to give it to as well. And our level up. Defense, better than nothing. He will need it to help him tank. Alright, so we have a D rank in staves already. And we take that chess key, move on back. And I think that's it for this turn. This chapter takes a while if you're getting all the chests, because you have to basically split up your team. However, because of the way I do it, I send one unit up to the northeast, and I have 2 thieves to go to the south and the west. After you make that turn, it's not so bad. And gone you are. That longsword might have been pretty threatening to Mist, and it's one of the reasons why I wanted to get rid of him quite soon. Unfortunately, that iron sword wasn't that threatening to Titania. Let's be real here. All right. Oh, Colossus. Pretty cool. And Boyd could definitely use some ward. And some healing. Let's go ahead and finish this sniper off. Mia could use some healing too. And we can take out this steel sword guy. Nice miss. Always appreciated. And there we go, Ike's final level before he promotes. Alright, he does definitely need speed. Now his EXP bar is crossed off, basically, because he has a story promotion, so we do not have to worry about that anymore. A Shira icon. Magic item that increases the user's luck. A magic item that is very readily sold is another name to put it. I think that's it for now. I do believe that mage is stationary. I was not expecting a wind mage to do much damage at this point of the game. And they continue to prove me right. Nice miss. I actually think it's kind of funny that Boyd's dodges happen after the attacks. Like, way after. It looks kind of shaky. Tickling that guy. Ooh, Oscar doubling. Iron blades do weigh a bit more than most Myrmidons can handle. That is for sure. Alright, so we do have a weapon just for you. An armor slayer with your name on it. And it looks cool. Nice crit. Alright, so this guy's movement is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so we can safely go here. Open up that door, and our friend Soth will get these 2 chests, while our friend Volk go gets the door in the upper left. We just need to clear out these enemies and move on to it. All right. That's really unfortunate. And finished. Heal up Oscar so he can deal with some enemies, and call that a moment. Yeah, I do think we want to make sure that Oscar doesn't get overwhelmed with magic over here. More healing for Soren is always appreciated as well. And we get a Silver Lance. These units will be coming to us sooner or later. Let's just end our turn. Wrong move, my friend. Advantage put you at a total disadvantage. Oh, cool. Win rank leveled up. I'm not too sure why this guy decided to attack Soren, to be honest. As we just saw there, I don't think any magic unit at this point of the game could possibly deal damage to Soren. But it is helpful. I mean, took him down so that Oscar could deal some more damage. I say that, and then he gets fully mended. Yep. Steal that men's staff. Take that Draco shield. Yeah, he just has a men's staff, so we don't really care for that. Interesting, she procced guard. I don't think he would have been able to attack her regardless. That is one thing I forgot to mention. Guard, certain conditions, nullifies one enemy attack. It's pretty useful. Not that useful on units that are relying on it. That's why I was willing to give it to Titania. Certain instances in this game, she's going to be seeing a fair bit of combat, and though her survivability is pretty great, Guard could boost that. And gone you went. Very nice level. Very nice. Alright, so what we're going to do here is trade to the Titan Axe so that she can not only retaliate and damage him, but provoke this guy to attack Oscar, since I'm pretty sure he's stationary. Yep. I should have moved her one distance ahead. That's alright. Give me the chance to take this guy out anyhow. He's wielding a staff in his model, but he did not actually have one to use. We just might need Mia for some cleanup momentarily. So let's go ahead and be mindful of that. This is the domain of my master, Bishop Oliver, the Duke of Tennis. You will learn that no one impugns his honor and lives to walk away. I'm sorry, my friend, but you are fighting the impeccable and very powerful Titania. She doesn't care about your honor or his. Yep, I was hoping that the mage would attack first. It would have been a much more, useful avenue there. But he did not. And we get some reinforcements to the left. One of the many reasons why I needed cleanup duty. Pretty cool. Except the only problem is that if he gets a low percentage to crit, I will literally die. Up. One can hope. No crit? Awesome. What fate is this? It is a just punishment for my complicity in this evil. I would agree. Have you noticed that there are a whole lot of K-named bosses in this game? Kotov, Kimisari, Kimura. There's quite a few. All right. And we can talk to Devdan. Uh-oh, this won't do. Youngsters like you aren't supposed to be fighting, you know. Who are you? Aren't you one of the guards? Devdan is not a guard, little one. Devdan was looking at the pretty garden and was captured. The punishment for trespassing is to work for a year without pay. That makes Devdan upset. Well, that doesn't seem fair, but there's no need for you to just accept such injustice. The owner of this place, Duke Tanis, is keeping innocent Legus as slaves. He's a very bad man. That is not acceptable. Devdan cannot forgive such callous and unjust actions. So why don't you come with us, then? Let's go and teach the bad guys a lesson together. That is a fine idea. Let us make this Duke Tanis pay. Sure, let's blow a ward. Only 2 left to go. So we have Devdan here. A very interesting unit, a halberdier. And the only pre-promoted one you get in this game. However, there is one other unit that could have become a halberdier. Nephany. We kind of left her in a prison quite a while ago, and she's still there, unfortunately. There are some pretty large arguments out there about who is the better halberdier. Personally, neither class is that great. They're fun. But I lean towards Nephany more than Devdan. And it's typically because she comes with the skill Wrath, and he comes with the skill Serenity. Serenity and Tempest are throwaway skills. They can help in certain circumstances if you're paying attention. Usually that's not the case, and usually they don't help. So there's that. He comes with the Heavy Spear, which has 16 might if he's fighting an armored unit. That's virtually useless. It's funny that he has a Heavy Spear, and his boss, Kimisari, whom we just defeated, is armored. Almost like they're telling you, hey, and just in case you need somebody to defeat this guy, we'll give you one. Halberdiers are pretty cool. I mean, they're not as tanky as generals, and they're not as good as paladins, but they're somewhere in between, I guess you could almost say. Lance paladins, that is. He's definitely a perfectly serviceable unit. It's just that we are not going to be using him. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that our lovely Marcia here will be more than fine dealing with all these stragglers. Yep, and I think that's it. Alright, Oscar. Very good dodge. Of course, you are right next to Ike, so that extra 20 avoid is helping quite a lot. And he gets a level up. Pretty decent. Could be better, could be worse. Ah, you actually hit her. You only had a 38 hit, too. That's like true hit 27 or 29 or something like that. It's not very high. And another one bites the dust, as they say. I don't think any of these guys have javelins, which is a good thing. We'll have to check. Picking on mist, picking on mist. And she's using soul. Heal up herself. Pretty awesome. And we should be pretty close to C rank in swords. Yeah, none of these guys have... I mean, even in this sense, it doesn't seem like there's much of a value in healing her instead of attacking, so I'm just going to do that instead. If we had to deal with more reinforcements, healing would be useful. Alright, we can move Devdan here. Heal up with Soren. We can finally give him a Men's Staff as well, which will be most appreciated. Alright, so we got to take out both of these yahoos. Technically, we could allow that thief to go ahead and open the door for us. Wouldn't really do much of a, anything different for us except save us 50 gold, since we're sending Volk that way. But I'm not doing that. Oh, looks like I am going to have to do that. Yeah, definitely going to have to do that. Alright by me, extra weapon EXP. Yep, equipped items cannot be stolen, unfortunately. Yep, and that's it. We have a bunch of units just congregating. Ooh. Pretty poor miss there. Inopportune. Level 19. Just 2 more levels, Marcia. Just 2. Alright. Soul again. I do love how that skill looks. Very good. Very good. Appreciated. And we got a nice little old physic there. And we can finish this guy off and end our turn. I do not think anybody else needs healing over by Soren. We'll check that before we end our turn. Would be nice to get in a little bit of extra healing. We do, actually. Oscar before he moves. Which we don't need him to move, but we could always take out that archer with Oscar next turn if he's close enough. Let's find out. We'll see. He should be close enough. Yeah, there's nothing to steal from him. Let's save us 50 gold. Got a bolting. All right. And quite finished you are. Alright, so that's all the chests. All the EXP, the healing that we can possibly do. And let's just go ahead and seize the chapter, turn 12. Ah! Oh, my sweet, beautiful little bird. Don't be frightened. Come, let us fly away together. Stay away from me, you filthy fat man. Urgh. Come quietly. You belong to me. I will not give you up. No one shall take you from me. Though the price may be my life, I will never cooperate with you. Hey, where are you, Duke Tanis? Are you in here? No. Duke Tanis? Who are you? Ah, you're the Serenus. Are you unharmed? We have come to help you. Your injury, did that man do that to you? This wound must be treated to. Stay back. But do not approach me, cursed human. Maynal Cathedral. The Grail mercenaries have returned. Ah, Master Ike, it is good to see you well. How went the mission? Did you unearth any meaningful proof? Where is the Apostle? Master Ike? I must speak with the Apostle. Where is she? Apostle Sanaki is in the garden, having a pleasant conversation with Princess Elincia. I will go directly and see if she will meet with you. Please wait here. In the garden? Great. Ah, Master Ike, no. You mustn't behave so. You will cause such problems. Apostle? What, you? What are you doing? How dare you approach me unannounced? This is most inappropriate, and I will not. What has happened, my Lord Ike? All of it. I want to hear all of it, now. What are you talking about? Master Ike, one must not speak to the Apostle in such a discourteous fashion. 20 years ago, something happened in Serenus Forest. Something terrible. I want to know. What? Master Ike? What happened 20 years ago? You found one of the Heron clan? And a Serenus noble, no less? One of them still lives? But that... such a thing... Apostle Sanaki. Tell me. That is a very difficult problem. How to impart this tale? It would appear that no one is willing to begin the story. That being so, I would open with what is commonly known of the matter. Do you find this acceptable? And you are? He's a friend of mine, Nazir. If you know something, I would hear it. When you are done, the apostle can clarify. Agreed? It begins with the assassination of the previous Begnion apostle. It was 20 years ago. 1 year after the Declaration of Emancipation was made. The leader at that time was the apostle Misaha, who was more adored by the public than any apostle before or since. When she was assassinated, the citizenry was racked with grief. All of Begnion despaired. And then a rumor began to circulate that the assassination was the work of the Serenus Herons. In the twinkling of an eye, the rumor spread throughout the Begnion capital. One night shortly thereafter it happened. The citizens grew violent. They massed at the edge of Serenus Forest, home of their supposed enemy, and set it to burn. The crowd raged on for 3 nights, and in the end, the Huron clan was lost. Rioting doesn't get you much of any place good, does it? But their involvement was just a rumor, wasn't it? Why did they? Because mass stupidity. Oh, the shame of it. Apostle, the remainder of the tale is yours. You stand as the Empress of Begnion. You are responsible for the acts of your citizens, are you not? False. The accusation was completely false. The assassination of the apostle is not the work of the Serenus clan. That is correct. The Huron clan possesses no fighting skills. Their tribe survived by living a life of peace and piety within their forest. Unlike other Legus, they never focused on developing their strength for the purposes of combat. Anyone with any knowledge of Legus would have known such a thing. At the very least, the citizens of Begnion would have known this. However, they had lost their leader, and in their grief they cared little for the truth. They were merely looking for some way to vent their rage and despair. Isn't that true, Apostle? Please, Lord Nazir, your tone of voice. It's all right, Princess Alencia. He speaks the truth, be it with a sharpened tongue or no. Ike, the bird tribes of Phoenicius target only Begnion ships with their piracy. The ravens of Kilvis are after the cargo, and so they attack everyone with equal vigor. The Hawk clans, however, hold the Huron clan as brethren, and still remember the false accusations and their brutal murder. The Huron at Oliver's mansion. He slapped my hand away when I tried to help him. He had such hatred in his eyes. When he leapt from the window, he spoke to me. Remember the genocide, he said. 20 years have passed, but I will never forgive what you did. Such needless pain. It may sound like utter hypocrisy, but my people regret deeply the actions of that horrific night. We stole the Huron clan from this world. Every time we see the black-hearted forest, our grave sin comes back to haunt us. Apostle, you are honorable. The majority of the senators have done their best to banish all memory of the Serenus and that night. You have resisted. That is your intent, is it not? You are not like them. You are attempting to take responsibility for the actions of the people, to undo the wrongs of the past. You launched your own investigation into the Legus emancipation issue. You've even gone so far as to hire outsiders like Ike and his mercenaries to expose the problem, haven't you? Princess Alencia? Yes. I would like once more to make use of your escorts. Would you grant me this boon? Of course, that is, if Ike and his group agree. I have no objection to your proposal. Depends on what you want. The member of the Huron clan you met. I want you to find him. I want to meet him. I want to speak with him. If that is your wish, we will do it. In any case, we let that monster Oliver slip through our grasp. We'll handle both tasks at the same time. I'm counting on you. Pretty decent EXP. Alright, that was Chapter 16, Atonement. I'll see you next time.